4.0.S Galactic Champions. Mili Państwo, no co, dobiegliśmy do końca. Ile mieliśmy turniejów? 3. To jest 4. jako finały. No i co, nie będę przedłużał, bo zawodnicy już tam, widzę, czekają, nie mogą się doczekać. Zapraszamy na scenę Mikołaj Elazer. Powodzenia!
Yo, they got their thunder sticks.
Brawo! No i co? Przed nami, no niespodziewany, ale jakże rozchwytywany Mateusz Gerald Budziak. Good luck, dajcie sobie piątki, good luck, powodzonka. Cały czas zacząć. O, już mi ucięło.
Yo, let's go. We're jumping right in. Big shout out, of course, big shout out to Danskik for being the host of the event. And as you can see here, we have our top 2. We have the grand finals. It's going to be a best of 7 between Elazer and Gerald. Welcome, of course. Welcome, one and all. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that break. Welcome to the H.4.0.S Galactic Battle Champions, the playoffs of the 4th event. And it's been a long event so far. We've been live for 10.5 hours. 10.5 hours of non-stop StarCraft. But now we are back. We are here to crown our champion. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the blue Polish Protoss player. For Streamer Zone, it is Gerald.
And across the map, across El Dorado, on the left side, we have our yellow Zerg player representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer.
And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will be our champion here. Who is going to be crowned the best player in all of Poland? Christiana has fallen, Spirit has fallen, and only 2 remain. Elazer and Gerald. A Protoss and a Zerg.
As a reminder, this is a best of 7 series. This is the grand finals, not only of this specific tournament, but the entire season of the H.4.0.S Galactic Battle events, because this is a series of LAN events that's been happening in Poland, and the highest placing players have been invited today to, you know, battle for the title of the best player in Poland.
Exactly. If you were not here in 2024, we have held three of these events already throughout the course of 2024, and we have crowned 3 champions here throughout the course of the year. We crowned Elazer, Christiana, and Spirit. All 3 of them have won a galactic battle. Alas, there is one player in the round of 4 that did not. Gerald, he has yet to claim a title, and he was the one that knocked out the favorite player. He knocked out Spirit in the semifinals, and he was meant to win it all. He was the chosen one. Spirit.
Yeah. Like, literally anybody you ask, like, they're like, Elazer maybe, you know, Christiana has won before, but they're like, no, probably Spirit. Like, out of all of them, probably Spirit will take it. But Spirit did not make it to the finals. Gerald has knocked him out.
Exactly. Gerald, he's the dark horse. He is the underdog coming into this series. And who doesn't love an underdog story? So personally, I am standing behind Gerald here just because I would love to see him get a win for the first time. But alas, Elazer coming into this, I would say, is the favored player. This is a rematch. They did face off in the semifinals where Elazer did pop off, did bring Gerald down. But Gerald, he's had some time to, of course, get some mojitos, you know, get some tequila going. He's been able to get some of his own drinks as well. Chow down on some Pepsi Jack, question mark, I don't...
Yeah, for those who might be only just tuning in, this is a LAN event in Poland, which is happening in a gaming bar in Warsaw, in H.4.0.S.
Yes.
Yep, basically, I don't think they have a subtitle. It's just H.4.0.S, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's happening in Warsaw. If you want to get the address, it's also, I'm pretty sure there is a command for that in the chat as well. But yeah, this is an offline event, and it's very similar in that to Home Story Cup, where it's also happening at the gaming bar, and that the same gaming bar is also hosting many events for other games as well. So if you are interested, make sure to check it out.
Yeah, check it out for the next big event, because I'm sure there's going to be more of these events occurring throughout the year, throughout 2025. This is the first of many of the year. But of course, this is kind of the conclusion of the circuit of 2024. For the time being, welcome one and all to El Dorado, one of the most vetoed maps in the map pool. We have Elazer going for the triangular third base, rushing in towards the southern half of the map, and Gerald, he is looking to do something similar, also mining through and gaining access to this location.
Yeah, very interesting. Do you see that happening very commonly nowadays with the players choosing this lower ground?
I mean, you would take this base just to get the gold, right? The gold base is available to you, but the downside here, as you can imagine, is the rush distance by ground is very short. It does not take long at all to move out across the map, and Elazer has been hyper aggressive. Speaking of, a 4-minute lair on timing, on point every single time. He's rushing into Hydras, and he will soon be aggressive with a Ling Hydra based army.
Yeah, that has been the Elazer's go-to for the past few series versus Protoss. Oh, this Oracle actually getting really low.
Ooh, the Oracle does get low, but 4 drones go down. The Oracle does escape. Worth it here for Gerald. Very nice damage. But yes, as you were saying, this is Elazer's go-to build of choice, and Gerald has been struggling against it. We saw Cristiano pop off and thrive against Elazer's style, at least in the group stage. We'll see if Gerald can redeem himself, as he did struggle in the group stage himself, but now he's here in a full series, in a best of 7.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I kind of forgot that we are casting Gerald, and then I saw this Oracle on just a few hit points left, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is Gerald. Gerald really loves his Oracle control. That is one of his things that he does a lot in various tournaments, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to how much this one can do.
Yeah, we'll see. So far, it's been some good damage. We can see Elazer setting up for the goal base as well. Behind this is going for a safety Roach Warren. We did not see a single Roach Warren in his series against Cristiano, but he is going to be opening up Roach this time instead.
Yeah, I guess going against a very different player, trying to, you know, add some different versions to this opening, to this build, and unfortunately for Elazer, it will be scouted, so Gerald will be prepared for the Roach Warren most likely.
Yeah, I mean, the strength of what's happening here and what I'm concerned about is that with this fast Roach Warren, it looks like it's going to be a Roach all-in. We mentioned earlier, the rush distance by ground, really short rush distance, so we should be seeing an all-in. We could even coincide this with like a German taxi. It might not even be necessary, as Creeper's already spinning across the map, and Elazer, he's not droning. He's not getting a 4th base, he's not droning up, he's making purely Roaches.
Yeah, Elazer really focusing on the army here, and he will be marching forward across the map. Meanwhile, what does Gerald have? I mean, he has a lot of stalkers, and he's actually taking the offensive.
Yeah, he does clear up some of this creep. Very important to slow down the push. The Roaches are revealed. Does a trade. There's a stasis trap behind this as well, as Link Speed is about to finish up. And yeah, Elazer, he's going for an all-in.
Yeah, and these stalkers are suddenly in danger. There's too many Roaches here for them to stand ground, and they have to slow this down. Actually, the stasis catches a pretty big chunk of the army.
Yeah, very nice catch. Ravager gets 90, denies 1, he denies 2 Ravagers. Very nice pickups here by Gerald, but Elazer is not stopping. He's not stopping. He's still rallying everything across the map. Link Speed finishing up in 10 seconds. Roach Speed just finished up as well, but very nice force fields.
Yeah, the force fields are really nice there for Gerald. He's trying his best to stop this army, to slow it down. But does he have enough stalkers? He's trying to micro them, he's trying to deal with this army.
Yeah, he's trying to rally over towards the right-hand side. There's a shield battery behind the mineral line, but alas, it is quite far away. Does someone come into play here? But Lings, they are flooding across the map, and Elazer, he's committed. It's all ending here and now. Either he breaks Geralt or he dies trying.
Yeah, and he will try to get into this base. He is breaking in. The stalkers are starting to fall. The shield battery is out of energy, so it will not be able to help this army. The probes are trying to fight as well. They're trying to help out, and they are actually clearing up the Roaches.
Yeah, the boys were pulled. Roaches, they flood into the main base, but alas, Geralt, he's defending very well. Barely lost anything here. The economy is solid, and Geralt, he holds. He survives.
And he survives. The Orca will finish off the rest of the Roaches with the Zealots, and I mean, Geralt holds his base for now, but there is a second wave.
Yeah, there is a second wave, but Elazer, he pulls back home, and now he expands. He takes a 4th base. He starts up his gases. Hydra then gets thrown down as well. The problem here, 0-0. 0 Evo chambers for Elazer. Likewise, late 4th base, late droning, late saturation. This is a better position for Geralt.
Yeah, I mean, he held the base, he has the economy, and he just has to amass a proper army. He has to get his upgrades going. Now the roaches don't outnumber here as badly as they did before. Now he has enough stalkers to actually be aggressive as well.
Exactly. Can push forward. Nice control so far, avoiding some of those roaches. Also have arrived to reinforce. Charge is still on the way. And Elazer, he's in trouble. He's up against the wall.
He's up against the wall. The Ravages will not finish. The roaches are being backed into a corner. The Queens are trying to help. The first Hydras pop out, but there's a second wave from the Protoss as well.
And there's nothing to protect the Hydras. The Hydras are exposed. Hydras are going down one after the other. You can see Gerald still just rallying everything across the map. He knows he's so close to breaking Elazer. He just needs a little bit more here as reinforcements are now coming in. GG gets called, and Gerald, he will take game number 1.
GG. Very nicely done there by Gerald. Like, really, really solid defense, because as we said, like, this was really scary moment. Like the roaches were breaking into the base of Gerald, but even though he pulled workers to fight them, he lost like 2 probes.
Yeah, he only lost 2
That was
workers.
the loss. He lost 2 probes.
Again, some of the game-winning moves there for Gerald was how well he delayed the move out. Remember, if you recall,
Yes.
there were some stasis traps. Stasis traps did connect, and we had some force fields as well. We also, because of stasis traps, he was able to catch some of those morphing and ravagers. Key moments here to slow down Elazer.
And not only those stasis traps caught the army as it was moving, the stasis traps themselves also work kind of as a force field, but because like half of the army was also stuck behind the stasis units too.
Yeah, exactly. So very well set up there from Gerald, just buying as much time as possible, as again, Elazer was completely all-in. The moment the all-in failed, that was almost game then and there. Gerald, he had so much more momentum inside. It's so important that after that hold, Gerald, he pressed that advantage by attacking. If he had backed off, if he had been too passive, then Elazer would have stabilized with Roach Hydra.
Yeah, if he gave Elazer time, I'm sure he would be able to macro back from it. As you said, he was taking bases, he was getting ready for the next stage, for the next wave, but Gerald didn't give him that time, and with that, he took the first game.
Yeah, does take game number 1 on one of the more unorthodox maps in the map pool, and the trend continues here. Remember, it's a best of 7, so each player only had 1 veto available. All the other maps are on the table, and game 2 is going to be on another small map. We're going to be loading into Whispers of Gold.
Indeed. Wait, so does that mean we have 2 gold maps? Because El Dorado is also...
Well, there's no gold on
right?
Whispers of Gold. There should be. but there isn't.
It's a scam.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's a scam. Well, anyway, we are now on Whispers of Gold indeed, and we are looking at the base of the first of our players in the bottom right corner. It is the blue Protoss player. God damn. It is a blue... Look, my voice... What happened to my brain? My brain is gone. Oh no.
He's brewed.
He is representing
He's
Steven's
burnt us.
He's a Brutus, yes. He's the blue Protoss. It is Gerald.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the Polish Zerg player, the yellow Zerg representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer.
Shaking my head. My brain just stopped functioning for a moment.
As we are going to be settling in, we do have game number 2. Now, as a reminder here, even though Gerald does have a lead in the series, it's a long series, right? It's a best of 7. Best of 7, more games ahead of us. And what's also important is that game 1 was very unique because on El Dorado, as we saw, it was Roach-based play out of Elazer, it was an all-in. It's all because of the map itself. We do not expect that kind of play again in this series. Not without good reason.
Yeah. This, I mean, definitely we will see what the players go for. This, I mean, I wonder what Elazer goes for, because I feel like Gerald has more or less like, you know, very standard style, at least very standard to him. Like there's always an Oracle coming. We also saw with Phoenix in the last game.
Yeah.
But for Elazer, I'm not sure. Like he probably will go back to the Hydra style, but I mean, we'll see what he brings to the table.
Yeah, so they already played on this map previously in the group stage, and Elazer did go for the Hydra style. Gerald, he did have an impressive defense. It was Gerald basically trying to defend on 4 bases, but he barely was broken. He barely got torn apart. And again, the reason why it can be more effective here is that on Whispers of Gold, this is one of the smallest maps in the map pool, very short rush distance by ground, and also very exposed 4th and 3rd bases. So the map is more difficult to defend, but I mean, El Dorado is the same, right? El Dorado is also a difficult map to defend on, and Gerald did survive on El Dorado, so it is still possible here to pull off a defense, but it is difficult to do so. We'll see, assuming that Elazer does go for, once again, like the fast Hydras.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. But for the time being, we're just gonna get into our game. The Stargate is on the way for Gerald. Meanwhile, Elazer just getting a few links on the beginning. Not being as aggressive as he was versus Christiane, I will say. Like, versus Christiane, Elazer was always sending like those waves of links against him, and here he's much more focused on very specific timings.
Yeah, and we'll see if he does adjust coming into Whispers of Gold. Again, like, El Dorado is just a very unorthodox map, so I don't necessarily put too much stock in how they play it out on that map. You know, we're done with it. We're done with El Dorado. We can move on with the series and get into some of these more standard maps. Gerald does poke in with 2 of these adepts here, and hopefully he doesn't lose them. He does take down a tumor.
Yeah, that's a very nice job there for him. He also gets a good view of the natural, I guess, unnatural base, as it is being saturated currently, and is able to shade out without losing any of the units.
Yeah, just really careful play. Once again, shading behind to make sure he doesn't get caught out, make sure he doesn't get surrounded. He pokes in, looking for an active tumor, then pulls away as the laser's just been happily droning up, and we are nearing that timing. We're nearing that 4-minute mark for the lair.
Let's see it. Where is it? 4 minutes. 4:03.
He doesn't have
4.
gas. He doesn't have gas. He still needs a little bit more gas. He's heavily oversaturated here, by the way.
Why are the 7 workers in the gas?
He really wants that gas. There it is.
With the rest of them is just there, you know, for emotional support. It's like, you can do it.
Exactly.
Get more gas.
So a bit of a shaky start here for Elazer. As you pointed out, he was late to pull into gas initially, which is why the layer was late, because he didn't have 100 gas. Now he was oversaturated, now pulling over. At the same time, Oracle has arrived and does catch 1 drone.
Yeah, Elazer is on top of that at least, and he makes sure that the mining isn't too disturbed. He's also losing overlords though.
Yeah, it is going to be Oracle into Phoenix once again, just like the previous game, as you pointed out in game number 1. And with that, we do see Gerald gaining map control. Elazer, his build is a little bit shaky, but overall, the goal should be to once again rush into Hydras. We say once again, if you were here for the semis, you would have seen Elazer embrace Hydra rushes a lot more frequently against Christiane. We should be seeing it here as well, as the gases are being taken.
They are indeed, and I mean, we do see banelings in this game, so it won't be just pure Link Hydra, but he will be adding those banelings. But at the same time, he has to deal with these adepts, as once again they take an active creep tumor.
Yeah, active tumor goes down. The Queen is under fire. Oracle turns back around as well. And the Queen is going to go down. There's no transfuse.
Yeah, at the same time, Elazer is also harassing across the map with the Zerglings, and probes are starting to fall. The question is, which one will be coming out victorious out of this one?
Yeah, it's going to be 2 Stalkers and 4 Probes going down. Very nice attack here from Elazer. At the same time, Adepts, they get shut down by the Lings. They're going to be zoned away just barely. One of them does escape with 4 HP. Now, what I like about this Phoenix, though, is if you recall against Christiane, we saw it a little bit, we saw it more in the group stage, is that Elazer, he was going for drop lords at times. He was like harassing with drop lords and trying to pull Christiane apart. Now with this Phoenix, drop lord play isn't really viable, isn't really available here to Elazer.
So once again we have the link run by there from Elazer, but he's not able to get as much this time as the Oracle is there in place. But yeah, those overlords are indeed very important for Elazer, and also they give him a lot of vision. So without that, like, Gerald really has good advantage. Great.
Yeah, he does, as the Phoenix does head on over, does get eyes on the 4th base. We do see that Gerald back at home is getting to +1 and Blink, and his splash damage of choice, not Colossus, he's going into Storm, but he does need more time to embrace that Storm production. Meanwhile, Elazer, does he drone up? Again, he's been cutting workers very early on, and it feels like he's going to do the same thing. The reason why I assume this is because, once again, no Eva Chambers, no upgrades, no infestation bit, there's no further tech. It's looking, once again, very committed from Elazer.
Yeah, he's probably going for that playstyle once again, where he just masses up the links, masses up the Hydra. I wonder if he will get banelings. We did see him get baneling nest, but I don't think banelings are in production. And I mean, I feel like Gerald is much like heavier on Stalkers than he is on Zealots, so probably not ideal to mass up banelings.
Yeah, I mean, the other problem here is that there's no bathing speed. Bathing speed was never researched,
Sure.
so if he does morph them in, I mean, as you can see here, they're just going to be waddling around, and it'll be easier to storm. Storm is done. Storm is now done, so you don't want to be headed into High Templar and headed into Storm with slow Banes. But with Lings and Hydras, they can try to avoid that, as here we go, Elazer, he is committed, he is moving out, and we'll see if he can deny the fourth.
Yeah, Gerald almost got out of position, but he's here in time. The first storm doesn't land on a lot of the army, but it is zoning it out at least.
Yeah, very nice spread here from Elazer, avoids most of the splash damage, and with that laser, he will shut down the fourth base. Does force a cancel.
Of course, the cancel forces a warping as well, and the High Templars actually have to escape because they are now in danger.
Yeah, exactly. Gerald, he's being caught off guard here. He does have a couple of storms, but the spreads are too good, and Elazer, he is breaking through this army.
Yeah, it's pretty much only the Stalkers now defending from these Hydras. Even that, like, the numbers are decently even, but still the Hydras have better DPS here.
Yeah, there are just no zealots. Like, charges would be necessary here to defend. Boys are being pulled, probes are going to be going down, and Gerald, it looks like he will clean this up, but at a cost.
Yeah, he pulls the workers to do so, but he also loses 10 probes to defend from this army, and this is not the end of the aggression, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Elazer behind this, he's up to 4 base saturation. A Hive is on the way, Infestation Bit's on the way. He is taking up in towards Hive Tech, in towards Lurkers. And Gerald's pretty all in. Behind this, he's trying to rebuild his fourth base. Doesn't really have much to work with. He also always had Templar in the defense earlier. It's only Blink Stalkers. +2 is finishing up, but Gerald, he has a lot of work to do.
That he does. He will try to go in with these Stalkers, as the army of Elazer has not been fully rebuilt yet, so he has a little bit of an opportunity here, but he doesn't quite have the numbers to overpower him right now.
Yeah, as Chargers are coming from the left-hand side, they try to collapse in forward, but alas, Elazer, he does defend. And again, at this point, Elazer is just snowballing out of control. He just has a terrifying army with mass Lings, mass Hydras. Lurker Den is still on the way, still not quite done yet. So it is a little bit delayed here for Elazer, but he has time on his side. Like, things are still looking quite solid here for the Zerg.
Yeah, and the Zerg is railing across the map. The storm doesn't land on the army. Once again, he's dodging the storms pretty well. And now the swarm is just running into the Stalkers. The last of the High Templars are being left alone, unfortunately, without support. There's still enough Stalkers to hold this at bay, but this is like a matter of time.
Yeah, as the fourth expansion is barely going to hold on, and it's quite impressive here that Gerald is surviving for as long as he is, but without these Zealots, there's no support. Things they do collapse into the Stalkers, we have to blink back, we have to get the hell out of here, and even though Gerald is holding, Lurkers are now available. The Lurker Den is finally done.
Lurker Den is done, and the upgrades for Lurkers are coming as well. Elazer does not skip on those, even though he does skip on the attack and, Carapace upgrades. Ooh, but losing quite a few Overlords here.
Yeah, 2 Overlords do go down. Bit of a rough rally there for Elazer, but here they come. Here come the Lunkers. Oh my god.
Yeah, the Lankers are on the way. They're morphing in, and we have a Dropper Lord as well, so those Lankers will be ferried right into the front lines and ready to surprise Gerald there.
Yeah, there we go. 2 Lurkers do load in. These Lurkers, they can head towards the main base, and the main army can threaten the third as well. Gerald, he does have a couple of storms available, and he can try to keep up with the main army, but does he have enough to defend both locations at once as the Lunkers are coming?
Yeah, I don't think he quite has enough to split, and the Lunkers are even attacking this base as well from the high ground. At the same time, the army with the Zerglings and Hydras are chewing through the wall, and they are getting into the third base too.
Yeah, they're pushing towards the third. Lurker going to be threatening the natural base mineral line, and here comes the main army towards the fourth.
Yeah, Gerald is being attacked from all directions. We have Lurkers in pretty much every base of the Protoss right now. Meanwhile, what does Gerald have? He has some Archons, he has 2 Stalkers. There are still few storms available, but I mean, he cannot even get close to the Lurkers.
Yeah, he just cannot push in. He has been outpositioned here. The base does fall. And really, that's all that Elazer has to do. Just deny the fourth. Deny the fourth base over and over again. He doesn't have to push into the third. He doesn't have to, but he will.
Yeah, he will. The Zerglings go right into the mineral line. They also are a prime target for storms, but the storms are mostly focused on the Hydras. Ooh, now we get the Storm of the Rings.
Yeah, Lings are going down. That's still 17 probe kills. Alas, Elazer, the lurkers, they still stand their ground. It looks like we're going to be able to hold on and the base will survive. But again, Elazer, he's just still just containing Gerald here on 3 bases. Oh!
Yeah, I mean, even though the base does survive, like 17 probes did go down, now the Zealots are actually going into the lurkers. They're able to deal with quite a few of them, so that's a nice little victory for Gerald. He loses Oracle for it too.
Yeah, not a bad trade for Gerald as he breaks out, but here come the reinforcements. Elazer just rallying across the map. He still has 83 workers, still just remaxing almost instantly here. And Gerald, he just doesn't really have any way to gain momentum. Even if he takes a fight, he needs the 4th base. He needs to somehow expand.
Right, Elazer got upgrades. He got +1/+1.
Oh, he's crazy. He's getting upgrades. And GG gets called.
GG.
Elazer does tie the series 1-1. GG, well played. Again, Elazer, he was able to look a lot more comfortable here in this game. A lot of it did come down to the first Ling Hydra timing, and it did look like Geralt was fully aware what was coming his way, but the response clearly, I mean, it just wasn't quite ideal. What I mean by that, if you remember when it came to the attack of the 4th base, Geralt, he had Storm, he had 4 High Templar, and it looked like he was confident that he could defend with purely Storm, but as we saw, Elazer, he was so meticulous with how he engaged, and he was so careful with spreading out his army. Despite all those storms, we didn't really see any juicy connections on the Ling Hydra of Elazer.
Yeah, pretty much none of the storms actually connected, and it wasn't because, you know, Gerard was bad at throwing them. Like, Elazer was always on point dodging those. He was always splitting his army, and, you know, at most it hit a few units, but not too many of them. So really good job there from Elazer for controlling those engagements, for making sure that he's in the right position, and then just, you know, pulling Geralt apart.
Yeah, so Geralt, he basically had seen what was coming his way, and he had thought, okay, if I can get these 4 High Templar, if I can get Storm, I can deal with this and hold on to my 4th. But alas, didn't quite take into consideration the control of Elazer, and with that, Elazer was able to overwhelm the army, break the 4th base, and take it from there. With that, Elazer ties it up 1-1.
Yeah, as a reminder, this is a best of 7 series, so we still have plenty games ahead of us. But we will be loading into Game 3 on Abyssal Reef.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Abyssal Reef, we have the blue Polish Protoss player representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald.
And in the bottom right corner, we have the red Zerg player representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer.
And we'll see how Gerald does adjust from here. This is where I do prefer Cristiano's style of play. We saw it once, and we saw it in the group stage as well, where Cristiano rushing into Archons instead of Storm can be much more effective against the Ling Hydra composition of Elazer. That is where Cristiano did excel. Against Storms, they have their place to get us wrong, but clearly if there's no support for the High Templar, if there's no support for the Storms, then that early on, then your army's just that much more exposed and that much more vulnerable. The Protoss army, I mean.
Yeah, and I mean, it's also important to point out that, like, Elazer is also really on top with dodging the storms as well. He's not like Spirit, who decided to brace all the storms today.
No. See, Spirit, he just wanted to get washed. He wanted to take the storms and... let's go.
The storms washed over him.
Exactly, they purified him. He's clean.
He's clean now.
Yes.
But no, like, Elazer is like doing a really good job dodging those, so indeed maybe it's not the best approach for this specific player because of the way he plays. But also, I mean, Gerard also really likes going Storm, and he doesn't like making a lot of robo units recently, so I mean, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how Gerald does adjust as well. Welcome one and all to Abyssal Reef. Now, if you recall, we spoke about this in the Cristiano series. This map is known for its longer later game, and we were curious at the time if Elazer would adjust because of that, and he did. If you recall against Cristiano, I guess we kind of saw it in that last game, but Elazer got ahead initially, is that Elazer, he's much more willing to slow things down, to sure go into fast Hydras, but then into fast infestation, into lurker tech. Like, this is a map where you do want to be working towards lurkers a lot faster, because it is more difficult to break a player with purely Ling Hydra.
Yeah, definitely. Meanwhile, shout out to Kashim in the chat, who's bringing the hype to our channel.
Let's go. Shout out to Kashtin. For those who are unaware, he is the main admin of the event. He is the man behind the scenes, and I'm sure he's been enjoying some of the papi cocktails out there. I'm sure. He's at the event, right?
He is at the event, but I
Yeah.
don't know if you would do that during work.
Yeah.
He's still working technically.
Kashim, have you been enjoying some of the player drinks? Have you been enjoying them?
No, the question is, which one is the best one?
Which one is the best one? And if you don't know, then you need to try each one.
That will not end well, will it?
No. It's gonna be Indies one, right? It's gonna be the pineapple one. Like that's
I
gonna
mean,
be good.
Indies is the most fancy, I feel like.
It's got a little umbrella. It's got some pineapple. Like it's gotta be good. It's gotta be. It's the most expensive, I think, as well. No, Spirits one is.
No, spirits. But actually, you should try spirits so we know what it is.
Yes, get Spirits drink. We need to know what's happening with Spirit.
We need description.
We do. For now, though, we have Gerald setting up back at home and going for his third expansion. Again, just as an opener, Stargate into a third base with his oracles, of course. Meanwhile, our eyes are on Elazer.
But Gerald is actually getting 2 oracles this time, not oracle into Phoenix as he did in previous games.
Yeah, second oracle is on the way, so much more standard play out of Gerald into a Twilight Council. We're keeping an eye out for a Forge alongside this, as Gerald is, there we go, Forge is on the way, and Elazer has yet to go into his own lair. Not this time. Oh, he's doing it again.
We saw nothing. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. This is fine. This is fine.
It's okay.
The lair is coming.
As
Eventually.
Elazer, he is once again rushing into the lair. This is a bit of a later lair, once again, just because the saturation was just a little bit inefficient for a time. But regardless, Elazer is working towards that Hydra timing. Meanwhile, Gerald does follow this up with a Void Ray to at least hunt down the Overlords.
Interesting. Decides not to go for a Phoenix, but a Void Ray instead. I mean, Void Ray is definitely... Can you say more efficient at hunting down Overlords? I mean, they do more damage, right?
They're a little bit, yeah. I mean, they're a little bit more versatile, just because a singular Phoenix can't really they can't really help you much outside of hunting Overlords. True. Meanwhile, a singular Void Ray can shoot down and can help support your army. So, in general, there's like a little bit more utility,
like against roaches and stuff.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, it is just a little bit safer. Phoenixes, they do well in numbers. If you're just making one, then they're a little bit more limited.
Meanwhile, these oracles are trying to get some damage done. Unfortunately, they don't get the queen, but they come back for it.
Oh my god, they do come back. They get 2 more drones, not too bad. At the same time, 4 Adepts going to be threatening a shade towards that natural base. Elazer is somewhat in position. The Lings are ready, and the Hydra Den is almost done.
Yeah, but we have Adepts shading in there, going into the natural first. The drones are being evacuated, but that's exactly where the Adepts are going, straight into the main base.
Yeah, straight into the main. 5 drones going down. 6, 7 drones going to be falling here. Very nice damage from Gerald.
Yeah, nice damage there, and he's still potentially getting more, but it looks like the Lynx will finally be able to get with this, to deal with this aggression.
Adept does shade away. Oracles, they come in to support to defend against the Lings. Looking for some more damage, but the last Lings do pull away, and the Oracles are going to be zoned back. As they do at least scout the tech, they get eyes on the Hydra Den.
Yeah, so Gerald was able to confirm that it is the Hydra Den. The stasis does not go off.
Yeah, stasis is going to be focused down. The Queen does fall, though, so a nice pickup nonetheless for Geralt. He does keep the Oracles alive. And behind this is what we've been waiting for. There was a Hydra Den, but no upgrades, and there's a reason for that. Gas being spent on a Spire instead.
Do you think that was the plan, or it was because Geralt scouted it?
I think it was the plan. Otherwise, we would have already seen like Hydra speed being researched. Like I think intentional here from Elazer, and it does throw it down after the Oracles leave. Now the pressure is on Geralt here. The pressure is on. He needs to try to get in, whether it's with Adepts, whether it's with Oracles, whether it's Hallucination, to figure out what Elazer's up to.
Yeah, and I don't know if Geralt is planning to do so. I mean, he scouted the Hydra, and so he may be confident that it is Hydra's, but in the end, it may not be so.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there is still the Hydra speed upgrade here, so it looks like when it comes to these mutas, it's only going to be enough to harass. We're feeling maybe 10 mutas at most, if that, just to go for the mineral lines, just to pick up some workers here, and Elazer will most likely commit to Ling Hydra as the main army.
Yeah, looks like as we already have Hydras out and ready. There is that Voidery patrolling on the base of Gerald, so it will be at least alerted to the mutas. I don't think it can deal with the mutas though.
Yeah, not on its own. Nice catch here. Ling's going to be going down. The Spire is done, and Elazer has yet to commit. He does have minerals and gas for muta production. There it is. Plus, an air attack has begun. Meanwhile, the main armies do clash where the storms. Oof.
The storm on the links, but they also damage the Stalkers a little bit, and they don't deal with the Hydras.
Yeah, last Gerald, he got caught out of position. He was forced to storm in a bit of a panic. Only one storm on the Hydras, and with that, Gerald, he is in a lot of trouble.
The Hydras are now at his doorstep, and they will be destroying this wall as well, so opening up the base of Gerald for the next attacks. Let's say the Hydras are quite damaged. They did tank a few shots there, but they will be regenerating soon.
Yes, we do see him trying to break through that wall. He does break down the rocks at least. From here, Elazer, he backs up, but he has momentum on his side. And there we go. We have 6 mutas on the way. Elazer, he is going to be harassing with those mutas.
The question is Gerald expecting that harassment? Because I'm not sure if he is. I don't know if he knows that the mutas are part of the play. His Void Ray is also in front of the army. The mutas just barely passed the army.
Ooh, 12 mutas actually here for Elazer. Does make his way towards the mineral lines. Going for the high tempo. He gets 1. He gets 2. He gets 3. Oh my god.
Yeah, the mutas get stormed, but it's not enough, and they still survive. They're still sniping important units, and yeah, they basically fulfilled their purpose.
Yeah, they snipe 3 High Templar and the Void Ray as well. They're going to be denied entrance in towards the natural, but the Mass Hydra can clean up from here.
Yeah, they will be dealing with this base. Cancel is forced on Gerald. There is not enough Hydras to break this position as they are being eventually cleaned up, but I mean, this is not the last wave.
Yeah, very nice storm on the Hydras, by the way. We did have a storm on these mutas as well. Mutas, they are going to be getting picked up here. Nice trades from Gerald, but he lost the base. He lost the expansion. The 5th base was denied, was cancelled, thankfully, not killed. And Gerald, he's going to be stuck at home as a result, but he does have Mass Stalker, and he's going for the Fleet Beacon.
He lost the base. He also lost a lot of the important units. He lost the High Templars. He lost the Oracles. It's purely Stalker army versus these mutas now.
Yeah, it is purely Stalker, but Phoenix production has begun, and Elazer is switching to pure Ling Muta. He's not making any more Hydras, just Mass Muta Ling.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. As you said, that Stargate is currently in the works, and first units will be coming soon, but not before this mutas attack. Once again, this base will be forced to cancel, and the Stalkers are starting to fall.
Yeah, Stalkers are getting picked up. Expensive losses here for Gerald's Mass Muta, catching out the Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix does fight a little bit too close to the sun there. Forces a big recall as well, trying to get away, but as the Mutas, they are overwhelming.
They're overwhelming, and the rest of the Stalkers is being trapped by the Zerglings. At least there are still some Stalkers in the natural, so they will be coming to help out. But yeah, the situation is starting to get dire.
Yeah, but we do see a probe's going to be going down. We can see that Gerald is making 2 pieces at a time, but so many probes do fall. Oh my god, 18!
Yeah, 18 probes die in this attack, and still some of the mutas do survive. The Phoenixes will be coming out, but I mean, it feels a little too late.
Yeah, it is a late response here from Gerald. He's trying to keep up. We have Phoenix range on the way. He's forcing back some of these units. Oh my god, this is the Sharks, they just want to get in the way. And the momentum here is heavily in favor of Elazer. There's just nothing in position to defend.
Yeah, as all the Stalkers were on the front, the mutas attacked at the top side, and there's another flock of mutas coming for another base as well. There are cannons here though, so they're not able to get much, and now the Phoenixes are here to respawn.
Yeah, there's a decent Phoenix count here, but despite that, look at the probe kill. Look at the probe kill count, I should say, as 36 probes have fallen. The main Stalker army should be able to hold its own, though.
Yeah, it is able to hold this flock of mutas, although a lot of the Stalkers do fall as the Lynx join in with the party as well, but 36 probes going down, like, this is critical damage.
Yeah, Gerald's economy is in shambles. He is still building up quite an army, and what's important is that Elazer is still only making Ling Muta. It's a very fragile army, and if Elazer overextends, if he does commit a little bit too hard, then Gerald can still take a fight, but it has to be a defensive fight here for Gerald.
I mean, he's getting ready for it. Another wave of Zerg is coming. They destroy the rocks and they are going for the Stalkers. The Zerglings are going first, but they're not quite engaging. And Elazer is careful about approaching this.
Yeah, we can see that Gerald is refining his army. He's building up Archons, High Templar. He has Storms available as well. He has potential to take a fight. Oof.
The nice storms of the Zerglings. Most of the Zerglings are gone. Some of the storms go to the Mutalisk as well. And now we have Archons in the mix.
Yeah, no storms remaining though. The Phoenix count is going to be reset as well. Nice moves here from Elazer, catching out the Phoenixes and catching Geralt off guard. But momentum here is actually in his favor. The supplies are quite close.
Yeah, the supplies are close and Elazer has lost a lot of his army. He's not quite remade it yet. Now he has another flock of Mutas, but it's being chased by Stalkers. It's being chased by Archons, and there are some Zealots in the mix now too.
Yeah, I mean, the Archons, they complicate things. Because it's purely Ling Muta Archons, they're actually good against all things Zerg right now. Against the Mutas, against the Lings. I would like more Archons, but High Templar, they come in to reinforce. They have some Storms.
Yeah, the Storms land on the Mutas and a lot of damage is done. The Mutas are so weakened that now the Protoss army can finish them off.
Yeah, he stands in the Storms. Massive Archon shot's going to be going off as well. And Elazer, he's in trouble.
Yeah, Elazer is in trouble. He doesn't have the army remake. He is working on more Mutas, more Zerglings, but I mean, Gerald is in his base right now.
Yeah, he's pushing on forward. He's got 2 Archons with the main army. Storm goes off. GG gets caught, and Gerald breaks through the defensive line. Gerald takes a 2-1 lead. Whew.
GG. It looked very dire for Gerald for a long time, but yeah, he was able to slowly overpower the army of Elazer, and at some point it just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I mean, Geralt, he was pretty committed there. Like, after he lost all those probes, like, he had to push out, he had to do damage. And as we saw, Elazer, all it takes is a couple of storms, a couple of Archon volleys, and that Muta cloud evaporates. Like, he took some rough fights there trying to trade in the center of the map, and Geralt, he was able to finally refine his army and incorporate those Archons, incorporate those High Templar as well. GG, well played. He snowballed out of control. GG.
GG indeed, and yeah, we will be going into our next game now, which will be on Ultra Love.
Yeah, we're going to be loading into one of the smaller maps in the map pool. It is going to be Ultra Love, as you mentioned. Ultra Love known for having a shorter rush distance, but also for having some defendable locations as well. So typically if we do ever end up in a 4-base scenario, then we can cut the map in half. Otherwise, before that, all-ins can be quite effective here on Ultra Love.
Well, don't say that out loud, because Elazer sure likes all-ins lately.
Here we go. I mean, yeah, he has been very aggressive, very all-in. We'll see how Geralt does approach that here. Again, we saw that he did struggle when he rushed into Storm. Like, rushing into Storm, I don't think is the correct answer to this kind of style from Elazer. We'll see if Geralt has something else as a response.
Yeah, we will soon find out, as we are about to load into our next game. And spawning in the bottom left side of Ultra Love, it is our Zerg player, representing Team Liquid and Poland, of course. It is Elazer.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player representing Streamer Zone, leading the series 2-1. It is Gerald. Here we go. As again, we are going to be settling in. Elazer, this time opening up in a little bit of a different way here, going for a extractor trick, but still forced to take the unnatural natural. From here, outside of this, we shouldn't really be seeing any early tech, any early gases. Typically, we expect the Elazer to go for that fast layer once again into Hydra production, and we saw that he was able to overwhelm Cristiano when they faced off on Ultra Love. This time, we'll see if Gerald can keep up, and again, how he responds and how he reacts to that fast Ling Hydra all-in, essentially.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes, as Again, that forward base will definitely help with some all-in stuff. Meanwhile, we have an update. The third place match has just ended and Spirit took Cristiano 2-1.
Ooh, GG. Shout out to Kashim in the chat. And thank you so much for the update as they went all the way to the ace match. Again, the third place match was only a best of 3, not an extended series. But congratulations, Spirit. He will take that third place spot and Cristiano will take the 4th.
So yeah, that's settled already. The score for the third place match, as you know, we did have that first place match happening at the same time as the finals. Meanwhile, the finals still have a long way to go, as this is a best of 7 series, and Gerald is currently in the lead, but he still has a long way to go.
Does have a ways to go. And we'll see how our players do adapt over the course of this series. Meanwhile, I do see, I mean, some people have been tuning in over the course of the event asking about Master Coliseum. Master Coliseum did take place today. We did not cast it, but I'm sure there were some other casters covering that. You know, Rotterdam, Wardy, plenty of other language casters as well. We were, of course, and have been, of course, busy with this event. This event the entire day. How's the Galactic Battle? The Champions Edition has been running for 11 hours. And we will be catching up with today's broadcast of Master Coliseum tomorrow before the final. So we're going to have like a back-to-back catch-up stream tomorrow to catch up on what we missed out on in regards to Master Coliseum.
Yeah, we already checked on the timing, so we will be starting 3 hours before the final day of Masters Coliseum to make sure we have enough time to catch up on today's games, and then we will go straight into the final day.
Yeah, that is the plan. Alas, for today, we are, of course, prioritizing hyperfixated on the House of Galactic Battle on this big offline event, as we always have. You know, we've been covering this event for years at this point. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a joy to go over and to cover the offline Polish scene and the Polish community as well. And we're here to crown our champion. And so far, Gerald, he has a lead in the series. Again, Gerald, he's the only player here in the top 4 that has not won an offline LAN event in Poland. But now, you know, he's a different man. He's a different beast. We didn't get to talk about it. He's got experience. Remember, it was a couple of months ago where he traveled to England. He traveled to the UK, and he's an Epic LAN champion. So, hey, he's got that experience under his belt.
Yeah, he did win Epic LAN. I thought when you said that he's a changed man, I thought you're gonna bring it back to his mustache.
That is true as well. That is true. Yeah.
Never forget.
Smooch. Doing it again, by the way. It's fine.
Look, it's fine. This is fine.
It's fine.
It's okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's working. It's fine. There you go. See, it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. As we do have the revelation in the main base, once again, we do have a faster lair from Elazer. For those who have not been watching the finals or have been watching today for the entire broadcast, this is Elazer's go-to, is to go into the fast lair, into Hydras, into Ling Hydra, skipping upgrades and being hyper-aggressive.
Yeah, so we'll see how that works out. For now, we have this Oracle from Gerald trying to get some damage done, but it's not quite able to do so. The Adepts are now helping in, though.
Yeah, the Adepts, they have arrived. We do have 4 Adepts to poke in to threaten the mineral line. Alas, there are plenty of Lings here to defend, and Elazer should be able to keep up as Lings, they come in for a surround.
Yeah, to surround the Adepts, they're not able to kill off most of them as they do shade out, but the Lings do catch up with them, and all of the Adepts will be cleaned up without damage done.
Yeah, another best trades here from Gerald, as he will lose the Adept. Stasis trap in towards the mineral line, catching out 2 drones. 2 workers get caught out in the Void Ray. Does get an Overlord. Oh no. Oh no, get out, oh! Hey, not bad. Another stasis goes off, catching out 3, catching out 5 drones in total. Likewise, Void Ray does pull away in time. Lings, they attempt a counterattack, but last Gerald, he is ready back at home with his Depths, with his Stalkers.
Yeah, the Stalkers were there in time, so Elazer was not able to run into this third base, so Gerald's, no, even though like maybe his harassment didn't turn out perfectly, like he was still able to establish his bases and he was not hindered there with his economy, and now he is ready to actually move across the map.
Yeah, he is now moving out. Meanwhile, Ling Hydra is amassing for a laser. Geralt has to be very careful to overextend, and yeah, he only pokes out. He only pokes out, hunts out an Overlord, and he's not really intending to commit.
Yeah, he's just trying to see what he can do. Ooh, putting a lot of stasis wards there around the 4th base of Elazer definitely can be very useful in those engagements.
Yeah, he wants to force a cancel. Lings, they come in from behind and they will take a stasis to the face. Oh my god.
Yeah, most of the links do get caught. Some of them do avoid it, but not a lot. And the base is forced to cancel.
Ooh, I feel like that recall was a little bit premature, especially with all these station traps. I feel like we could have taken a fight and caught out some of the Hydras. Alas, Gerald, he does play it safe instead. He gets the hell out of there, races back home, and is getting ready to defend.
I mean, I feel like Gerald just wants to be safe. He doesn't want to accidentally, you know, run into the army of Elazer. He doesn't know how much exactly there might be. And this army is now counter-attacking. He has to be careful with his position. His own Nexus may be cancelled.
Yeah, the 4th base is exposed. It's going to go down. Nice pick up here from Elazer, containing Geralt on 3 bases. Likewise, trading well here against those Stalkers. The Lings are out of the stasis. They can buffer, they can support, but Elazer should not try to push up this ramp.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't, but he has more Hydra still. He is reinforcing and he is continuing to press on this army. He does deal with the Void Ray, but there are still so many Stalkers left
Yeah,
over.
without the Link support, these Hydras are exposed. These are going to be some rough losses here for Elazer as he bleeds out Lings, bleeds out Hydras as well, and he is going to be forced back, losing almost everything.
Yeah, Elazer is getting completely cleaned up here. Grooved Spines has only just finished, still needs 1 second more, so not perfect timing there for the attack, but nonetheless, Elazer decided to try it, and now Gerald is on a counter-offensive. He knows that he destroyed most of the Hydras, so there shouldn't be that many reinforcements.
Yeah, Elazer, he's in a lot of trouble here. He's going to be forced back. Nice stuff stepping out of Elazer. Reinforcements are coming in, and he is trading well against these Stalkers, but Zealots have arrived to reinforce, and with that, they can buffer, they can get on top of the Hydras. Alas, Elazer, he should hold.
Yeah, he has just enough to hold here, so you know this will not be a deciding engagement here for either of our players, but Gerald still wants to push the advantage. He's still trying to poke at that base. He's trying to keep Elazer, you know, in his base and not counter-attacking.
Yeah, alas, I feel like that window has come and gone at this point. Storm is now on the way, +1, and the 4th base should finish up for Geralt, so he's just going to be racing back home. He's going to be backing off, and now we can enter a longer game state.
Yeah, they're still trying to get in, still trying to try to keep those links somewhere there, but ooh, the Stalker is actually getting to facing the army of Elazer, facing the links, and ooh, they have to escape here.
Yeah, Geralt, he should not be here. He has to get the hell home. He has to get the hell out of here. There's that recall. Will escape with the Stalkers at least. At the same time, Zelce will hit the right-hand side. Elazer's base count is solid, and Elazer, he's not droning. He's not droning up the 4th or the 5th base. No drones whatsoever. Purely Ling Hydra.
Yeah, pure Link Hydra, and the entire Link Hydra is being rallied across the map. There are no stops, no regrouping, just going straight across the map, forcing as much damage as he can, but Gerald is ready. The storms are blanketing the army. There were no dodges there.
Yeah, we have some decent storms. The first Archon's going to morph in, but the target fire here, the Archon goes down, and Elazer is going to try to break this location here and now and try to end the game.
And he may just be able to do so. He's taking those Stalker after Stalker. This time there's not enough numbers here for Gerald. The shield batteries are not close enough to help out. Now he's moving closer to the shield battery, closer to the mineral line. The probes are pulled off the line, but so many of them are going down.
Yeah, and this is critical damage. It's going to be 15. It's going to be 16 probes going down. The base does survive, though. It is fully saturated. So Geralt, he still has enough of an economy to maintain himself.
Yes, indeed. He saves the base, but he loses the mineral line, and I mean that's enough to keep the game going. But it was definitely a painful blow.
Yeah, Elazer, he does have momentum. Elazer, he's now finally droning. He's getting up to 4 base saturation, 82 workers. Bailing speed is on the way. No hive tech yet, though. Now would be a good opportunity for Elazer to start working towards lurkers. For now, though, Elazer is still committing to Ling Bane Hydra. Is still going to be committing here. There are some High Templar, there are some Storms ready. No Archons, which is a little bit concerning, but the Storms have potential to shut down this army. Oh.
Ooh, beautiful storms on the Hydras. All of the Hydras will be going down, or at least most of them. So this attack is completely thwarted, and Elazer has to go back home. Elazer has to defend, but he is planning a Bane Bust.
Yeah, Bailing speed is going to finish up just in time. Bailings are making their way towards that mineral line, and how quickly can Geralt respond? Zalarambai is going to get caught out, so Elazer, he defends, and now it's time for Elazer to attack. Oh no!
The Banelings are split between the bases, but there are cannons there, so some of them will be dealt with before they reach the mineral line, but ooh, so many probes dying.
Yeah, last Gerald, he was not paying attention back at home. Mineral lines do fall. 21 probe kills here already, and Gerald is going to be forced back. He does kill an expansion, but that pales in comparison to the damage that Gerald just took.
Yeah, he still has to pay attention to his bases. It also took him a little bit to return to mining in those bases as he was focused on the offensive once again. And yeah, now Elazer is once again pushing forward.
Yeah, and still committing here to purely Ling Bane Hydra, still with 0-0 upgrades, and he's just relying on overwhelming his opponent instead. This is going to be a better engage though for Gerald as he's coming in with some storms, but just a bit of an awkward angle of attack.
Yeah, he tried to surround this army, but wasn't quite able to do so. Still nice storm connections there, but there's so much Zerky. I feel like it will overpower at least most of this army.
Yeah, no more storms remaining here. Ling Bane does crash in, takes down the High Templar, takes down the Archons as well, but there aren't that many Hydras remaining here. Are we overextending? Mineral line goes down.
Yeah, this was all in a way a distraction as again Mineral goes down. But this is a very close fight. Like, it looks like Gerald has just barely enough to hold this off, but with more reinforcements, it's starting to look tricky.
I mean, the economy is really what's killing Gerald here. He cannot, he has no money to rebuild, he has no money to remax. Time and time again, mineral lines have been falling, and Elazer, he is snowballing out of control. He still has 80 workers, he's still on 5 bases, his economy is still thriving, and now he's finally taking up into lurkers. And with that, Elazer is going to be moving on the right-hand side again. He is eclipsing the supply of Gerald. He's going to be shutting down the 5th base. That's a kill, not a cancel. Nexus does go down, and Gerald, he's committed. He has to try to make something happen with this army here and now. He needs these storms to connect.
Yeah, he's going forward. The Banelings are crashing into mostly the Archons. Ooh, the stores mostly connect, but not with the entire army, so I'm not sure if that was good enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, we get some decent storms, but just barely not good enough here. At the same time, like Gerald's going for a run-by, going for a counterattack, does deny an expansion, but he needs more damage, and he just doesn't have the supply for it.
Yeah, that he doesn't. I mean, even this Zealot run-by, it's not that many Zealots there either, and there is army from Elazer there to respond as well, so I don't think it will be doing much more damage.
Exactly, as we do have 9 lurkers in production here, so Elazer finally taking up. I believe these are Lair Tech lurker. Yeah, these are Lair Tech lurkers, so not the best upgraded army here from Elazer, but it's not about the quality, it is about the quantity. As Elazer, he rolls it out, not again! No!
As once again, the Banelings are rolling in, but this is not the end, as there are lurkers here as well that will join this army. There are even more run-bys in the main base, in the natural. Every mineral line is in danger.
Yeah, exactly, links to the main, links to the natural. The main army does push on towards the 4th base. The lurkers are here. Again, these aren't the best upgraded lurkers, but it's going to be good enough as they take down the High Templar. They do fly too close to the sun. High Templar going to be falling, and there's barely anything left. GG gets called. Elazer ties up the series at 2-2.
GG. Elazer really snowballing in this game, really building up this army, and he just relentless aggression towards Gerald there, and yeah, that wins him the game.
Yeah, GG, well played. We are now tied up 2-2 here, and Elazer brings it back. He does bring it back. Alas, Gerald, once again, he did have a bit of a hard time keeping up with the momentum of Elazer. Once again, that's the problem with relying on storms, is if you miss a storm, if you don't quite connect with the storm, then your army does suffer as a result. Likewise, Gerald also had a bit of a harder time keeping up with the multi-pronged aggression, specifically the bailing run-bys of Elazer.
Yeah, the run-bys were doing a lot of damage there for Elazer, so really nicely done, and Gerald wasn't quite able to keep up with that.
Yeah, was not able to keep up. We do have our next game on the horizon, though. Here we go. I wasn't too certain as to what the vetoes were here for this series, as they only got 1 veto each in this best of 7, but game 5 is going to be on Neon Violet Square.
It's time for the pachinko.
here we go. We do have the Pachinko machine up ahead of us here. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see who's able to take a lead in the series. Now, Neon Violet Square is the largest map in the map pool, and as a result, we could see something different. I mean, I would not be opposed to seeing Mutas on this map. Mutas can do quite well, and we did see Mutas previously from Elazer on Abyssal Reef. Did see it previously, but here we go. We are going to be loading in. You can hear the beeps into game number 5. Who will take a lead in the series? Again, it's still best of 7, so still plenty more games ahead of us. Plenty more games to come. Plenty more games to come here as we are going to be diving into that game. Again, the map is quite large. There's gold bases, there's pocket bases as well. A lot to really embrace, and we could be here for a while. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Neon Violet Square, we have the Polish Zerg player, the yellow Zerg representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer.
And across the map, at the top left corner of Neon Violet Square, we have our blue Protoss player representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald.
Here we go, and Elazer. Oh, okay. For a moment there, I thought he was going to be rushing into the gold, which we have seen happen in the past, but Elazer just going for the standard expansion instead.
Yeah, the probe from Gerald is not quite there in time to block this base either, so Elazer will be able to get that hatchery. And I wonder really, the question here is, will he oversaturate his gas again?
Yes.
Ah.
He will. As we are indeed getting into this tiebreaker of a map. Again, we'll see who gains momentum in this series. So far, we have some standard openers. Gerald just being as annoying as possible here in the mineral line, trying to force some inefficiencies out of Elazer. Once again, we do expect a fast layer into fast lurkers, but or into fast hydras, meant to say. But as we mentioned before, like something like Spire play is viable here. I mean, we saw it didn't quite work out well for him on Abyssal Reef, but he could try again.
I mean, even though it didn't work out well, like, it was going decently. Like, it's not like, oh, like, you know, he made mutas and like it immediately just flopped. Like, he was doing damage for quite a while. Like, it's just that, like, it feels like it took too long, and Gerald was just able to build, you know, over, like, not out macro him, but, you know, like, the mutas didn't, like, they ran out of their usefulness at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were just stuck with Mutatech a little bit too long, despite getting value. You know, maybe not ideal enough to commit to that, especially as Archons and High Templar build up over time. You know, someone asking in the chat about no Evo chambers, as we were emphasizing, or at least trying to previously. This style out of Elazer is very all-in. What I mean by that is that if he doesn't get enough damage done with the Ling Hydra, then he just gets outscaled because of the lack of upgrades. And it is very much so intentional that Elazer is skipping those upgrades and skipping the Evo chambers just because he's that committed.
Yeah, Elazer is very dedicated build, to put it this way, where he does skip those Evo chambers. He focuses on the units, he focuses on the Link Hydra, sometimes Link Bane Hydra, and, you know, is mostly focusing on the aggression and like getting an overwhelming army across the map, getting the run bys working.
And we've seen the polar opposite in the sense that we've seen what happens if Elazer doesn't get value, if he doesn't break bases, if he doesn't trade well, then the Protoss player is the one that just snowballs from there instead. And it can look terrifying. Again, we saw that previously with Cristiano's matches, and we'll see how Gerald does follow this up here. First things first, the gold base is on the way, and fun fact, Gerald, he has not scouted the gold. He doesn't know.
Yeah, Gerald has no idea, but he may be able to catch on it soon. I don't know, his units are going in that direction, but I don't know if they will go far enough.
Yeah, Gerald, no, he doesn't quite check. I mean, why would you, right? It's not a common location to expand to here. It's quite risky for Elazer, but he gets away with it.
I mean, you say, why would you? But I feel like Elazer is one of those people who would do that, but also, like, it's not something that's on your mind to do. Like, you don't really expect to have to scout for that gold base, but yeah, that is exactly what Elazer is doing. But Gerald also has a trick of his own as he's going straight for a Dark Shrine.
Yeah, he's going for a DT opener here. We don't see this too often, but of course the power of this opener is to get across the map, is to get some economic damage, but there are spores already in position here. There's a spore in the main, there's a spore in the natural as well. The gold base is exposed, and if Gerald checks this location, the DTs could try to punish this gold.
Yeah, but that is if he sees it. To be fair, the warp is going that direction, so it's very possible that he will see it, but we'll see if he decides to use that information. At the same time, he has to constantly be vigilant about the run-bys at his main base, so he cannot, move all of the units across the map, and ooh, the warp is spotted.
Yeah, the prism is spotted, the prism is forced back, it's going to be zoned away. No DTs have warped in yet, and now they're warping in, and Elazer he sees. He does notice the warp in.
Yeah, he also sees that the DTs are being warped in, so he knows exactly what he needs to be prepared for. First queens are going down though, as they are way too forward.
Yeah, he gets one queen so far. He's going for another back at home. Expansion's on the way. The bay as well for those disruptors, I would assume. Otherwise, we could go into Colossus production instead. Regardless, a very different set of very different kind of build here from Gerald.
Yes, indeed. And we see how that works. I mean, I'm glad that Gerald is adapting this build because, again, we've seen Elazer playing very similar styles for the most of the tournament with those Hydras, with those Zerglings, so I'm definitely curious how an Immortal-focused army will deal with this.
Yes, it is Immortals for the time being. Meanwhile, DTs, they dive into the main, they try to dive on top of the Queen, but last the Queen will get away. And so far, the mineral line is safe and sound as well. A couple of drones are now going down, though.
Oh no, he was trying to take that gas geyser. That extractor.
Yeah, the gas geyser
What
does
will
take
Elazer do?
You won't be oversaturated anymore. No.
No.
As we do see the detection coming in, Archons are going to be forced to morph in as well, as Gerald has to get the hell out of here, has to pull away. Colossus production back at home. First Colossus is in production here for Gerald, just trying to buy time here for his splash damage.
Yeah, ooh, actually the army of Elazer gets distracted as the DTs get right into the main base. They don't quite focus the spore though.
Yeah, the spore does
He really
survive.
takes the extractor.
Yeah, gas geyser does go down, so very nice pick up here from Gerald. That will slow down some of the production here of Elazer. Meanwhile, Elazer, he did get a lair, but he did not rush into a Hydra, and he's going into roaches instead.
I mean, he's going into roaches, but he has less extractors now. He only has one really mining. He has some at the gold base though, so he should be fine for the time being. But definitely that would slow down his attack.
Does slow it down. Bearing in mind we have Overlord speed on the way. Typically we don't really embrace this upgrade unless we're going into drop lords. So that is going to be a viable option here for Elazer to go for some massive drop lord harass. Elazer is droning up there. It looks like for the time being he's not going for an all-in. He's saturating his base.
Yeah, he's saturating the bases. He's getting his orb set up properly. Meanwhile, Gerald decides to go for Archons instead and do some damage that way.
The Archon drop is upon us, and we have the answer here. The gases are taken, and it is, in fact, going to be that Spire. Oh, we're getting all those. Spire and the Hydra. Just getting both. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, it looks like we're getting a bit of everything. We have the roaches, we have the Hydra, then we have the Spire. So it looks like Elazer is keeping all the options open in this game, and I mean, he may be able to use a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned before that the reason why we mentioned the Mutas and Spire tech on Neon Violet Square is because of how large the map is. It's the same rationale as why you would go Mutas on Abyssal Reef as well. We saw that eventually didn't quite go Elazer's way, but it was just as he overcommitted into too many Mutas. We'll see if he does overcommit this time, if he doesn't even make any whatsoever. For now, just squeezing out a couple of Hydras, a couple of Roaches.
Yeah, for now, just working on making sure that he has a fighting force there, as this Archon drop is still not cleaned up. He's still trying to get some damage done, but with the Roaches present, I don't think it's really possible.
I mean, he trades well, picks off 2, 3, 4 Roaches going to be going down. Very nice pickups here by Gerald, as the Archons trade very nicely. At the same time, here comes the main army, and actually it's not going to be Mutas, we're going into Corruptor production.
It's a very interesting choice considering that Gerald does not go for air, so I guess those Corruptors will be mostly for the Colossus.
Yeah, it's the same role the Vikings have in TvP. It's going to be that anti-air to deal with those to deal with the Colossus here instead. And we'll see if we can make use of that. Meanwhile, Lings, they hit the goal base. The goal is going to be denied.
The gold of Gerald is denied, the lingering but was successful and even escapes the Protoss army as well, but at the same time we have Gerald's forces going across the map, already in the middle in the pachinko machines, and will be meeting that Corruptor army.
Yeah, not enough anti-air. The Corruptors, they can shut this down. Storm's going to be going off in the roaches. One Colossus goes down. The other two are very vulnerable, and now we're down to 1. Now we're down to 0, as all the Colossus fall, and the Roach army can just overwhelm everything that's left over.
Yeah, the Colossus fall, the War Priest does as well, so there are no reinforcements for this army ready, and yeah, the ground army also falls to the roaches. The DTs do help with the defense, but yeah, that was a nice engagement there for Elazer.
Yeah, very nice engagement behind this. Hydra production has begun. The fourth base, the goal base, once again is going to be denied, and Gerald, he is up against the wall. He barely has an army standing here. He has a couple of High Templar. He has one Disruptor on the way, one Archon on the way. He needs time to build up.
He needs time, but will he get this time? Elazer is already preparing for the attack. He's making sure he has enough entrance points for this base as well. He's poking at the rocks here and there, trying different angles, and yeah, can Gerald muster up an army? He's switching to air.
He's trying to, but he needs more time for that as well. Meanwhile, we do have high ground control. Elazer, he denies mining at the fourth base, pushing in towards the natural zone. The rover is going to go down as it is exposed. No more Disruptors, no more Colossus production. Just sticking with a gateway composition instead.
Yeah, the only gateways are now available. I mean, those Stargates are about to be online and operational, but before any unit comes out will be quite a while. And these Corruptors are already waiting for them as well.
Yeah, they're waiting for the gold even, as they're just locked and ready to go for that caustic spray. DTs, they do harass across the map, and they will deny some mining at the gold base. That is some good damage, but alas, the main army of Gerald is still lacking.
Yeah, he's still trying to fight this Roach Hydra army in the middle of the map. There is one Disruptor in this army as well as some High Templars. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that the Nova also has to go to the Pachinko.
Oh, yeah. Nova does have to traverse through. Alas, with that, we do see Elazer. He's going to be forced back. Once again, Hydra's on the high ground. Corruptors, they go into the Poke Base, going for the Nexus, going for the expansion.
Yeah, there are no units available. There's some Stalkers try to reach them, but they're quite far, and they also have to pay attention to the army at the front, so the Nexus will be going down.
Nexus goes down. Hatchery does survive against the Zealot run by. With that, Elazer still maintains map control. He's maxed out 200 supply. Now, this maxed out army is a little bit deceiving just because there's a lot of roaches in this army, but likewise, I mean, it's still greater than what Gerald has, and this fourth base, of the gold base, is exposed.
Yeah, it also feels like Gerald is starting to be spread a bit too thin as he's trying to defend all these different locations at once. The gold will be falling once again. The rest of the army is meeting Elazer in the middle, but is there enough firepower there?
Yeah, exactly, as we do see Elazer quite well spread. It does take a storm to the face, and a lot of Hydras are going to be going down, but he still has an overwhelming army behind this. Gerald, he needs to try to cash this army out. If he's able to reset the Hydra count, then maybe he can establish a gold base, but he's just stuck here on 4 bases.
Yeah, fighting 2 armies at the same time. The storms do land on most of these Hydras though, so that's nice, but there's also another contingent here at the top.
Yeah, and they do get 10 probe kills, 10 workers going to be going down, keeping Geralt on the low economy. He's going to try to break out. He's doing what he can. He will force back at least some of these Hydras, but Lings, they come in to reinforce. They come in to surround.
Yeah, they surround this entire gateway army. The Zealots are trapped. The Stalkers do escape with Blink, but that means that Geralt is giving up this position.
Yeah, it does. He's going to be forced further back here to his bases, and Elazer once again denies mining here at the 4th base. Lings, they do take a massive storm to the face, but Geralt, he just cannot expand. Once again, the goal base, making sure that it just cannot be taken.
He cannot expand. He's struggling to mine as his probes are constantly picked at this base, and he has to juggle between those armies rotating constantly. Ooh, nice storm on the Zerglings though.
Yeah, storm once again popping off. Corruptors are coming from behind, going for the Temple Archives. We'll be able to catch it once again, forcing out the storms.
And the storms land on the Zergling army, and the Zerglings are destroyed, but there are still so many Hydras left over. Gerald is forced to recall to split his army to defend both bases at the same time. But he also does some harassment across.
Yeah,
the
it
map.
does finally kill that expansion. Hatchery goes down. These DTs, they did pop off. They don't really get many workers, but the base does fall. Elazer has been expanding elsewhere. Despite that, still has a solid income, still has a solid base count, has a 2k, 3k bank here available as well, so he can afford some losses.
Yeah, he definitely can. And even then, he is remaking the bases. He has one now in the bottom left as well. So Elazer definitely not wanting for economy, not wanting for the bases. He's able to set them up quite comfortably, as Gerald is not able to push across his half of the map.
Yeah, he is just not able to. He's just stuck perpetually at home the entire time. As we're settling into Game 5 here of this series, a big shout out to Trigger. Big shout out, Trigger. God, thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Welcome one and all to the House Galactic Battle. Welcome to a big offline event happening in Poland. And this is the grand finals, a best of 7, by the way. So we still have more games ahead of us. Alas, Elazer, he is pushing his way through. The lurkers, they have finally arrived.
The Lurkers have arrived, they established the position, they will be destroying the entire military line and also securing this position for the Hydras, but it turns out Elazer doesn't quite have enough units here, but Gerald also have to be careful not to overextend into this minefield.
I mean, no detection. No detection for Gerald, so he's going to be forced further back. Does take a lot of spine shots to the face, and you can see the army just edging on ever closer towards that fourth. Gerald, he just wants a fourth base, he just wants to mine good storms, but the Hydras, they come in from behind.
Yeah, this Hydras come from behind, and this is GG. Elazer will be taking another game and is currently in a 3-2 lead.
GG, well played. Elazer does take a lead. Again, he was able to get away with the goal base that potentially could have been punished, but alas, Gerald, he had no idea. Likewise, Gerald, he went for a very interesting build, going for a DT opener, and he was able to get some damage with the DTs. He got a couple of workers, got a queen, got the gas geyser, but for the most part, Elazer was in control of his side of the map. The goal base was fully operational, fully up and running, and with that, he was able to just ensure that at least Gerald could not expand himself.
Yeah, Gerald was perpetually stuck on his side of the map. He couldn't really move out, he couldn't expand, and Elazer just put all the pressure on him, and yeah, he was able to eventually overpower the Protoss.
Yeah, was able to in the end. GG, well played. Now, as a reminder, because it's a best of 7, Elazer, he's on match point. He's on match point. One more game is all he needs to claim the series. Gerald has to fight back here and now to force the ace match.
Yeah, and I mean, we definitely know that he's capable of doing so. I mean, even here, has been putting up a fight. It is currently a 3-2 score, and I mean, he got to the finals in the first place. For those who don't know, because we did just get traded, Gerald did take down Spirit to be in these finals. So he has definitely, like, achieved quite a lot already by even making it to these finals.
Yeah, and even in these finals, we have a back and forth as well. Personally, I'm hoping for an ace match, but we are loading into our next game, potentially the final game of the series. We're going to be loading into Amygdala. Or Amygdala, as Yako likes to call it.
Oh no. Oh, the prequel memes.
No. Hello there. General Kernobi.
General Lightoby.
What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
What? That's some deep memes.
Oh, no. Okay.
Anyway, Queen Amygdala is here, as we are in the top right corner. Looking at the first of our players, it is the blue Protoss player representing Streamer Zone. It is Gerald.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Zerg player, the yellow Zerg representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer. Here we go again. Elazer needs one more game to become our champion.
Someone did you one better. What about the baning attack on the probes?
Ah, true,
Huh?
true. Ah, no. You raise a good point. What about it, Kuro?
What about it? It's tragic. Look, I don't know enough prequel memes, okay?
That's a good. It's probably a good
few
thing.
lines,
It's
but
probably,
they can-
it's probably a good thing.
I
that you
mean,
don't know them. It's
is
fine.
it though?
Yes. Dude, you don't need to know them at all. It's taking away valuable brain space. It's fine.
What brain space? The chat keeps going.
Oh no, not even the younglings survived. Gerald defeated Spirit. A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Let's go. Okay.
Yes, bring the prequel memes.
Oh no, this is getting out of hand. Now, there are 2 of them.
What though?
It's fine. It's fine. As we're going to be settling in, but now it's going to be a Stargate opener out of Gerald. It's going to be a Stargate into a third base, as to be expected here. And welcome one and all to Amygdala. Amygdala, known for longer games. It is one of the larger maps in the map pool, and as a result, longer rush distance by ground. Despite that, that has not stopped Elazer from rushing into the lair and rushing into Hydras. To be fair, he has been avoiding that style, but typically it's been very map dependent. You know, going into a more longer later game on larger maps like Abyssal Reef and like on Neon Violet Square. On some of these other maps, he's just been happy to just rush into Hydras and to just commit.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen a lot of that from Elazer recently. But we'll see if that's what he wants to go for this time.
Back. One of the
Did you
best
find
limits.
more lines?
No.
Oh, somebody said that also that Gerald is the slayer of monsters and spirits. There you go.
Yeah. It's Geralt of Rivia. He is.
Yeah. He slayed a spirit. Get it?
He did.
Huh?
He did. Is Elazer the monster?
He's a Zerg.
He is a Zerg. Scotty does catch a couple of tumors here. He hates creep. It's coarse and rough and it gets everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, you heard me. Oh, gets a drone.
Yeah, nice catch there for Gerald. But unfortunately, we'll be losing another for it as well.
Yeah, it does lose one on death to me while stays trapped across the map. Alas, Elazer does react in time, does pull away, only getting one drone trapped. And behind this is looking to try and delay the third. Oh.
The drone is stuck in mining animation. It's so funny. Looks like it's mining.
Yeah. Is going to be trapped back at home. Geralt does warp in time, does defend, does protect, and once again, fast lair out of Elazer, as we have seen time and time again throughout the course of this series and throughout the course of this broadcast, should be for fast Hydra production.
We didn't look. We don't know if he oversaturated the gas.
Nah, we didn't have to. Like, we know he did.
I don't know.
We know he did. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, interesting. Gerald once again going for Phoenix.
Yeah, it is going to be a Phoenix follow-up after the Oracle. With this, he can hunt down the Overlords, of course, and try to contain his opponent. Once again, this will deter any kind of drop play that Elazer has been known to do, especially in this matchup, has been quite successful at it.
Yeah, definitely. That is something that he's been trying to utilize even today. But, I mean, it doesn't always work out. It definitely did work out great in the series versus Christiane.
Was able to pop off. As the lair is about to finish, gases are being taken as we speak. Fourth base on the way for Elazer as well, as he is comfortably embracing his Hydra production. And there it is, Hydras are on the way.
We also have a Dropper Lord on the way. So it looks like once again we will be going for some fast drops this time.
Yeah,
Maybe some Zerglings?
And we'll see if the Phoenix will come across this. Again, the purpose of the Phoenix opener is to deny these Dropper Lords, but alas, this Overlord was barely not seen. Lings, they do rally across the map. The Adept barely doesn't quite catch eyes on this either. And where is that Phoenix? It is on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it's not quite in place to spot this Overlord, and it will be firing units over into the lateral. At the same time, though, there are depths in the base of Elazer, and 5 drones go down.
Yeah, not bad. 5 workers do fall. At the same time, we do react in time. Boys are being pulled, and these Lings, they should be dealt with without losing a single probe.
Yeah, very nicely done there for Gerald. He made sure that the Zerglings were not able to pass through between those two assimilators, and in that way he was able to deal with them without receiving any damage.
Yeah, at the same time, the Phoenix makes a beeline on over. The Drop Lord has been found, and the Drop Lord should be shut down. So nice defense here from Gerald. He will clean this up. And Elazer, he did rush into Hydras, but he's not committing. He's droning up, and that is an infestation pit on the way.
So I guess we will be going into lurkers after all much earlier than in previous games. This will not be, a committed attack with just the Link Hydra. We will actually progress the game farther.
Oh yeah, exactly. He's getting ready for a Hive Tech and for Lurker Tech as well. Behind this, Elazer is up to 80, has a very comfortable economy here with 80 workers. Meanwhile, Gerald, he's getting ready for an attack that isn't really coming his way. Very defensive setup here by Gerald, and Elazer just happily just chilling back on his side, knocking down rocks and expanding.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to taking that gold base as he will be going for a bit more, economical, a bit more greedy build there, and that lurker then is already on the way, so lurkers will be coming soon enough. We'll see if Gerald will be ready for them. Like I'm not sure if he has the means to deal with the lurkers right now.
There's a line in the chat. There's one
There's
more.
an entire dialogue going on.
You're on this balance council, but we do not grant you the rank of Grandmaster. Do you know what the response is?
I am the council?
No.
I don't remember.
This isn't fair.
Look, I told you I don't remember prequel memes. You just said I shouldn't.
No, yeah, you should. You should. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't need to know.
But now you put me on the spot and I don't know prequel memes, so maybe I should educate myself.
No, you shouldn't. You should not. You do not need to watch the prequels. It's a waste of time.
Oh no, I watched the prequels several times in fact, probably.
You don't need to watch them again. As here we go, Elazer does commit in. Tails take the storms to the face though. Oh, High Templar! Oh!
The High Templar were barely safe there, but did get quite a few nice storms, but there's still more Zerg. There's actually two different armies coming. This one is distracting Gerald, as at the same time we have some Hydras at the top.
Yeah, again, Gerald, he's struggling to hold on. It was going to be forced to recall back home. Does recall in time. The fourth base is going to be saved, and Elazer is still massing up his army. Behind this, the Hive is done. Hive upgrades are on the way. No lurkers yet, as we are just getting ready for those upgrades, and is this time getting into Eva Chambers and 1-1.
Oh my god. He's getting upgrades.
He is getting upgrades. He is settling into a longer game state. I mean, the upgrades are still very much so delayed for Elazer. We'll see if he can break through. At the same time, Geralt going for the Fleet Beacon and getting ready for Skytoss, but he does need more time. Can he survive until that Skytoss, until the Tempest?
Yeah, that is the key moment for Gerald. Can he survive? There's another wave of Zerg coming. Nice storms there on the Zerging, zoning them out. A lot of stats is going off as well, but the lurkers are now here.
Yeah, and at the same time, we do see an attack here on left-hand side. Once again, lurkers also in position, and Geralt just having a really hard time splitting up his army. He does split though. He's trying to get ready for this. Oh,
yeah, he's cleaning up the lurkers on this side, so that is nice. But at the same time, he's fighting on the other side of the map, and he has an observer there, but he doesn't quite have the army to fight this.
Yeah, exactly. No Immortals, no Archons, no Storms either. The Soldiers, they are struggling, and the middle line is under fire.
Yeah, the Mina is under fire, the probes are trying to escape, the units are now pouring in from the other side, some nice storms there on top of the Zerg units, and it looks like Gerald will hold, but not without losses.
Yeah, exactly, as he is so far maintaining his economy, hasn't lost any probes yet, he is holding quite well, and behind this we should soon be seeing the Mothership, we should soon be seeing Tempest production. Immortals are on the way, the final lurker is going to get picked up. Gerald, he's holding.
There's still more units from Elazer pouring in, but they are not coming all together. He's kind of like, trickling them into the base, so Gerald has that much better chance to hold it. He's actually going for static defense.
And again, this time there's no multiple aggression. There's no second army here on the right-hand side. It's all just mainly focused towards the top side. Instead, Geralt, he's ready for this. He is in position. Storms are amassing. Immortals are amassing up as well. Motherships on the way to show us those storms.
So there's still so much Zerg from Elazer. He has to be careful about this, not to lose too many units. Storms land on the Zerglings. The the Oracles are here to help out. Once again, another storm on the Hydras, and is this enough? It looks like with the Zealot it is.
Yeah, the Chargelets, they do dive in. They do collapse on one of those Lurkers. Lurker does go down. Immortals have arrived. And Gerald, once again, he's barely pulling off this defense. The hatchery is, sorry, the Nexus is getting low, but still up and running.
It's up and running. He still has the Storm. He still has the Immortals. He's still warping in more Zealots there for the defense. The Tempest is on the way. The Mothership is about to be finished, so it should be joining soon, but there's still so many Lurkers here.
Yeah, he needs a little bit more time. The Immortals have arrived. They shut down 1, 2, 3, 4 Lurkers going to be going down. The Lurkers are exposed on the road, but there is no detection. There's no revelation, and the Lurkers, they do hold.
Yeah, they are actually advancing in the position as well, so the Nexus is now in danger. I mean, Gerald is still dealing with the army being rallied over here, but the Lurkers are doing real damage.
Are dealing real damage. Mothership has arrived, does activate Cloak. The Overseer does get targeted down, and with that, the army is going to be safe. With that, once again, Gerald, he is barely holding on.
Yeah, again, I mean, Gerald is holding, but as you said, it is barely holding, and there are another and another and another wave of Zerg coming, so he has to be very careful about how he does this. The Tempests are now out, so they should be able to help out, but the Cloak is out.
It's just the one Tempest here, though, so not too much to work with. Once again, Storm going to be zoned away. Lurkers a siege up out of range of the expansion. The High Templar is going to get picked off, and here come the wave of Hydras, once again going for the Nexus.
The Immortal unfortunately walks straight into the army and does go down. The Nexus is so close to falling, and it will eventually fall. There are some reinforcements from Gerald, but yeah, he's starting to lose this battle.
Yeah, at the same time, Lings, they rush in. They rush into the expansion. 20 probes going to be going down. And finally, Elazer has done it. He takes down the 4th base, takes down the economy, and the main army here is barely standing.
Yeah, the main army is barely standing, and once again, Elazer is still rallying in more units. You can look at the minimap as we have more links pouring in. And, I mean, this is the standing army. This is the defense of Gerald. We have more Tempests on the way, more Immortals, but they are not here with this army.
Yeah, and it's been impressive to see Gerald hold on for as long as he has, and even actually have close supplies here with Elazer at times as well, but alas, he still lost his bases, and upon losing these bases, he just cannot maintain these losses, not anymore. Elazer, he is about to max out, and Gerald, he is nowhere close, not this time. Tempest, they're helping, but he still only has one.
Yeah, he only has one, and now there are Corruptors out as well, so they will be able to attack directly the Tempest and the Mothership. There are not many Stalkers in this army anymore, so they can't stop this.
Yeah, they cannot stop this army from just engaging and encroaching upon the bases. We go for the dive. Mothership does activate Cloak, but there is detection, and the Corruptors are going straight for the Mothership.
The Corruptors are focusing the Mothership. I mean, the shield battery is helping out a lot, but eventually it will be going down, and the ground army is no more. The last few Archons are defending these bases, but Elazer is pushing forward.
Yeah, Elazer looks like he has finally done it. He breaks through the defensive line, takes down the Mothership, takes down the Tempest, and now there's only 2 Archons remaining. The base is rebuilt, but Corruptors, they're going for it, and they bring it down.
They bring it down. 20 probes are going down. Gerald is trying to evacuate, trying to make the last stand, but I mean, he lost another position. He only has those 3 bases, and only 2 of them are somewhat mining.
Yeah, and again, Gerald, he was the underdog. He was the dark horse in this series, or in this finals, I should say. And he did so well, so amazingly, making it to the grand finals. Remember, he took down Spirit to get here. He had a great best of 5 in the semis, but here in the grand finals, he is struggling to hold on, struggling to stabilize, and again, he's on match point. He's going to try to fight back. There isn't really much anti-air, so the Tempest are getting free damage, but here come the Corruptors. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, the Corruptors are quite damaged, so if they go too close to the Archons, they may be dealt with before they are able to finish off the Tempest, but now we have some reinforcements in the air army as well for Elazer, and yeah, this is looking very dire.
He's going for the gold on the other side. He's taking Gerald's own gold base, just taking his entire half of the map, just mass expanding. And Elazer, he's already remaxed, is here once again to knock down the base and to deny the expansion of Gerald.
Yeah, I mean, Gerald was able to rebuild a bit of his army. Again, he has more Tempests now, but there's so many Lurkers here. They are establishing a position in his base. He tries to run by into this bottom base there, but unsuccessfully.
Elazer has the high ground.
Oh no, Elazer has the high ground.
Don't try it.
Is there lava? Is Gerald going into the lava now?
No. He's gonna try to jump it.
Ah.
As is gonna, I just saw that in the chat. As 22 Pro is going to be going down, the Lurkers are still encroaching here on the Nexus, on the final base, on what little economy Gerald has left. The Tempest count has actually reached a pretty decent amount at this point, but again, there's just no economy behind this of the base. It's going to go down.
Yeah, like even though Gerald is trying to set up a defensive position here, like he doesn't have the economy to remake his army, so every unit he loses is a unit he cannot really remake.
Yeah, exactly. As he's down to half a base. Half a base mining at this point. There's nothing left in the main. He's long distance mining even towards the south side as well. And oh my god. Gerald's once again caught out by these lurkers, and the Elazer, he is pushing him further and further back into his own bases, into his own natural.
Yeah, the robots are now in danger. I mean, they're not producing anyway. Elazer is just advancing forward. He's eating the storms at this point. A lot of the Zerglings are going down, and he has to be careful not to overextend, but I think Gerald is just fighting to the last.
He is. He's pulling an Elazer. Ah, let's go.
Ah.
Back when Elazer, when he uprooted all of his side defense and rushed into his own main, made Spirit come to him.
Gerald still has an army, to be fair. He's still full of some nice engagements.
He does have an army with a High Templar. They're going down. The Archons, oh, they run into the Lurkers. The Archons, they're going to be falling one after the other. And now there are only Tempest remaining.
And GG's called Elazer is your house. Galactic Battle Champions. Champion.
GG, well played. Congratulations, Elazer. He will take it. It has been a year. It's been a very long time since Elazer has claimed one of these events, one of these offline lands, as typically it's been Spirit, it's been Christian, it's been another Polish player to take that crown instead. But Elazer, he's back.
Yeah, he is back. He's back. I mean, he probably heard that some people are like, oh, Elazer, you know, he's kind of like half retired. He's not really the best anymore. So he's back. He's back to take his throne, to take his crown. He's here to take the Polish LAN event.
Exactly. GG, well played. Just showing off Elazer there with a handshake with Gerald, the crowd popping off as well. Congratulations. As you said, Elazer, he has been spending a lot of time with Infernals, with Stormgate, but now he's back to StarCraft 2. And hey, you know, he's been looking pretty damn good as of late. Is able to win his first House Galactic battle in, I want to say, a year.
Yeah. Very nicely done there by Elazer, and like, I mean, now nobody can question that he is still the best player in Poland. Yeah, he has taken it here, he has taken the win, and I'm sure he's very thankful for Gerald. I'm sure he's like, oh yeah, thank God you took out Spirit. Like, I'm sure Elazer did not want to miss 7 against Spirit. Yeah, this would be another like 3-hour-long match.
Oh no, yeah, we'd still be here. We'd still be like in game 3. Like it would not. Oh no.
Game 3.
If we were lucky. So congratulations, Elazer. As you can see the bracket here before you, actually we can zoom in a little bit, but Elazer does take the series as our champion. We have Gerald in 2nd place, Spirit in 3rd, and Cristiano in 4th place, as we did have, of course, the 3rd place match taking place at the same time as the finals.
Yeah, and as a reminder for those who tune in later, this was the finals of all the LAN events that have been happening in Poland for the past year, as this was the event where the highest ranking players in those previous LANs have been invited. So those are really the top of the ranks in the Polish scene, of those that are of course participating in the LAN events.
Oh yeah, yes, that they are. So again, they did work very hard over the course of 2024 to be a part of this event, and again, we have crowned our champion's champion, if you will, of the House Galactic Battle. So congratulations. And here's to another year potentially of House Galactic Battle. I'm pretty sure we're going to be having an ending kind of ceremony to, of course, hand out the trophies. I'm sure there are going to be some fun little awards as well. Some ending words from Danskik, from the production team, and maybe a cheeky announcement as well. I don't know if they do plan on having an announcement for the rest of the year or any kind of of collaboration with the StarZorgo guys. StarZorgo.
Yeah, I don't know if they're planning any announcement, but we know for sure that some representatives of the Balloon Gens Elite are there. Specifically, I think Exalted is there, and yeah, they are planning to potentially do some cooperation, some kind of partnership in the future. No idea what sort, but they are there to to check out the event, to have some talks, and we see what comes out of it.
Yeah, we will see. Looks like they are just going to be running those ads. This is the ads for the sponsors before bringing us back to the crowd shot to everyone else, I believe. So we should soon be having that lovely ceremony. So we'll come back with you soon there. Otherwise, hope you'll enjoy yourselves. Again, I was initially, because of how fast the group stage was, I was like, yo, are we gonna wrap up before the 12-hour mark? No, we are reaching the 12-hour mark in 3, 2, we made it. 12-hour stream. Ah. 12-hour stream. Ay. Not like
I feel like it still ended earlier than it usually
True.
does,
Usually it's like 14 plus hours. You're not wrong.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
It's usually a big event. It's time. It's time.
Szczerze powiem bez kozery, mamy mistrza Polski, tak? Możemy to nazwać jako mistrzostwa Polski. Polska górą, tak jest, dokładnie. Rządzimy. Rządzimy, mili państwo. Cóż, może zaczniemy troszeczkę z innej strony. Ja najpierw zaproszę gracza. Gdzie jest? Spirit, gdzie jesteś? Spirit, słyszysz mnie? Piotr, zapraszam. Brawo! Trzecie miejsce, Piotr, Spirit Walukiewicz. Gratuluję, stary. Walczyłeś, to mi się podoba, walka była do końca. Obserwowałem wasz mecz o trzecie miejsce z Krystianerem, walczyłeś bardzo dobrze. Krystianer nie odpuszczał, ale ty też. Gratulacje, pucharek dla ciebie. Proszę bardzo. Chwila dla fotoreportera. Trzecie miejsce. Drugie miejsce. Zasłużone, wydaje mi się, walczył jak lew. Testosteron buzował z wszystkich stron, kipiał. Nasz mecenas, można powiedzieć, Gerald. Gratuluję. Gratuluję, stary. Testosteron to wykipiał. Ja to nie mogę tego powiedzieć, no. Proszę bardzo. Mateusz Budziak! No i co, no zaskoczenie na pewno, tak? Nie no, żartuję oczywiście. Słuchajcie, no Mikołaj zdobył wiele tytułów na scenie nie tylko polskiej, ale też europejskiej, światowej. No i udowodnił, że no nadal jest solidnym wojownikiem, tak? Znacie go z tej dobrej strony. Walczył do samego końca i udało się, tak? Mili Państwo, mistrz Polski, H.4.0.S Galactic Battle Champions, Mikołaj Elazer Ogonowski. Brawo! Gratki, stary, kurde. Należało się. No dobra, słuchajcie, też nie będę przeciągał, bo na pewno chcecie uderzyć do baru. Nie dziwię się, też bym to zrobił. Słuchajcie, przede wszystkim dziękuję. Zaczniemy może od sponsorów. Nie wszyscy dzisiaj są, ale jak wiecie, wszystko zaczęło się od dołu, tak? Nie mamy tu jakichś zewnętrznych wielkich firm. Są firmy, które wspomagają bar, ale robimy to z pasji, z miłości. Są to ludzie, którzy swoje prywatne szekle wypłacili na wszystkie turnieje, na prize poole. Brawo dla nich, dokładnie. Jak wiecie, Dołączył do nas AWF, dzięki Kaszanasowi, badania, które pomogą na pewno też zawodnikom. Też mamy jakiś tam mały prize pool, no od AWF-u tak naprawdę. Dziękujemy oczywiście Chaosowi za organizację, za ten lokal, bo jest naprawdę wspaniałe miejsce. Wydaje mi się, że poza tym turniejem wpadajcie tu bardzo często. Ja bywam przejazdem, jest full ludzi, super klimat, naprawdę impreza za każdym razem jest tutaj udana. Nie słyszałem, żeby coś było źle, każdy sobie chwali. Więc brawo dla Chaosu, brawo dla Piotra, menadżera. No tam gdzieś z tyłu się chowają, no nasi niezawodni komentatorzy, oni się już pożegnali z wami, ale ja też osobiście chciałem im podziękować, wspierają ze wszystkich stron, pomagają, podrzucają różnego typu tematy, niezawodny indie, Z, człowiek orkiestra, człowiek, który, zapraszam. Człowiek, który na bezdechu potrafi wszystko. Dzięki, stary. Dzięki.
Chodź. A jedyna rzecz, którą ja chciałbym powiedzieć, to jest to, że w mojej opinii to jest przejebane, że wydajemy tyle na 800+, a moglibyśmy wziąć ten cały hajs i wydać go na laboratoria, które wymyśliłyby, w jaki sposób stworzyć prawdziwe trójwymiarowe
Yo, Zed is
anime laski z
massive.
kocimi uszami.
Dziękujemy. To się mogłem
He
potem nie
towers over
spodziewać, nie?
everyone.
Słuchajcie, przede wszystkim dziękuję wam, naprawdę wam. Widać po was, że kochacie tą grę, za każdym razem się zjawiacie. Są nowi, są starzy, jedni odchodzą, drudzy przychodzą, ale jest grupka, która jest cały czas. Kochacie tą grę, uwielbiacie. Ja na pewno obiecuję, że ile będę mógł, ile ja będę miał sił, to ta gra na pewno będzie istnieć w tym lokalu jak najdłużej się będzie dało. Jak nie w tym, może w innym. Może coś się uda, coś więcej. Nawiązaliśmy współpracę. Dziękuję. Nawiązaliśmy współpracę z przyjaciółmi z Bułgarii. Mamy przedstawiciela Exalted. Come on, please. Come on, yeah.
Thank you so much for organizing this event. Thank you to all the players and the casters and all the fans here. I have had such a Rosin, of course. I had such an amazing time here. This passion, I feel it with all my body, and I want to say, Poland, you are the best! Yeah! Yes! Also, I would like to take this opportunity to once again thank you for this event and to invite you all to Bulgaria to come this summer to Belgium Gens Elite, and hopefully we have many Polish representatives there and many Polish fans. Thank you once again for a great event, guys. Thank you.
No dobra, słuchajcie, nie będę przedłużał. Dziękuję, że byliście. Dziękuję za zarobistą imprezę. No i co, miejmy nadzieję, że do zobaczenia, do usłyszenia, nie? Jest! Kashim! Kasz! Komu? Chodź! Przepraszam was bardzo, targają mną emocje. Kashim, jak wiecie, on zawsze gdzieś jest z tyłu, tak? Ale no on to wszystko pilnuje, on to dopina, on to sprawdza, pilnuje graczy, tam wiecie, wy tego nie widzicie, on tam z batem, kajdanki i tak dalej, więc wiecie, no Kashim taki jest, cicha woda. Ja zapraszam w ogóle wszystkich graczy, top 8, naprawdę top 8 Polski zapraszam na scenę. Rodzyn, Aristori, Papi. No dobra. Zapraszam was wszystkich. Krystianer, gdzie jesteś? Krystianer! Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć, sześć. Kogo nie ma jeszcze? Krystianer? A, Kerrigan, chodź, zapraszam cię też, tak. Tak, zapraszam, chodź. Dobra, słuchajcie, nie przedłużając, dzięki jeszcze raz, do zobaczenia, do usłyszenia. Trzymajcie się, na razie.
And congratulations to Elazer, and a shout out to Kuro as well for providing some translations in the Twitch chat. Again, there was a lot going on there. Shout out to Danskik, of course, he was the host, and he was giving shout outs to all the sponsors, to all the players as well, to the admins, to Kashim, to the casters, Zed, IndieK, alongside everyone else. And we have wrapped up another House Galactic Battle. Let's go. For those that are curious, again, this is the fourth one of in a year. I should say there were 3 events throughout the course of 2024, and this was the 4th event at the beginning of 2025 to crown our champion. To, of course, crown Elazer as the first champion in quite some time, since his last, of course, championship at the start of 2024.
For those who tuned in a bit late, this is an event organized in Warsaw quite regularly every few months, and Danskik is the one who was hosting. He's literally the host of the event, and he has been organizing events in Poland for years now. Like, he's been involved in the Polish scene for literally years. There was actually a documentary about him during one of the IEMs, so you might have seen him there. And before there was House, there was also another gaming bar where he also was organizing events. So this is something he's been doing for a while. And as he said in that closing words, he will continue to do so. Like, basically, he said, as long as there are people who want to participate, who want to watch, as long as the servers are going, he will keep organizing these events. So, if you maybe live close enough to join one of these events, then feel free to come.
Yeah, exactly. Every single time it's in the same place, the same bar over in Warsaw. Looks like, they're taking photos. Hold on, I'll switch us over here to have a look at what is taking place. Again, we have our trio here. We have Gerald, we have Elazer, we have Spirit. It looks like Cristiano may have, I don't know if he's still around. He may have already gone at this point, but regardless.
Yeah, they were looking for him.
Yeah. Maybe have already pieced the hell out after his loss. A little bit of a feels bad, man. I love that the Star Zagora guy, for some reason, specifically gave a shout to Rodzin. Like, he was like, and Rodzin, of course, too.
Okay.
Like,
Look, how do I put it? Rodzin is very loudly enthusiastic. Let's put it that way. I remember, like, I don't have many interactions with him, but the ones I remember is that he's always the one shouting the most on the audience, okay?
Let's go.
He's the most enthusiastic person in the community, probably.
Love to see it. Regardless, GG. And I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Again, as Danzig says, most likely we're going to be seeing another one of these throughout 2025. Again, it's kind of like a seasonal event, like maybe like every 3 or 4 months, expect one of these to be taking place. And as always, we are going to be there to cast it live, to cast it here in English over on the CranKy Ducklings. Again, even if there's other events happening at the same time, like Master Coliseum, we'll focus and prioritize the House Galactic Battle, and we'll be catching up on the event that we missed out on by replays or, at another time, at another point.
Yeah, I mean, we always make a point to give priority to this, because, I mean, this is a live event where you can see all these players interacting, all the community interacting there. Also, you can also join with the in the audience as well, and it's just great to see. It's great to feature these lands. I mean, we have featured other lands before. We have featured Chisadelphia. We have casted Epic Land at some point as well, I believe.
Nah.
So it's always nice to see those more regionally. Didn't we cast Epic Land with one?
Nah.
No.
Okay, we did the German events.
Yes, we did the German.
Yeah, the Leipzig
Leipzig one.
Yeah, Leipzig esports. So Yeah, we try to host them where we can, but yeah, regardless, GG will play chat to all those working behind the scenes, of course, over in the at the house event, and hope you all enjoyed yourselves in the chat as well. And yeah, we'll be posting the translations on the YouTube VOD. I will do our best to subtitle the interviews and subtitle the events. Again, shout out to Kira for posting in the chat.
Yeah, I tried my best to like give like summary translations in the chat as it's happening, but live translating is very difficult. So I will try my best to add subtitles to actual Twitch videos.
Hey, there you go. Well, otherwise, I hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we are done for the day. How long were we live? 12 hours, 12-hour cast, Pappy. Let's go. And we'll most likely have another long cast tomorrow as well. For those that are curious, tomorrow, or really later today, in less than 12 hours, we are going to be live with the Masters Coliseum. Now, there were a lot of people that did drop by. They were like, hey guys, what's you guys know casting Masters Coliseum today? Not today, but tomorrow, or our next broadcast. The next broadcast, we're going to be catching up on what we missed out on before the final day of Masters Coliseum. Masters Coliseum finals are tomorrow night, or tonight. Actually, you know what? Let's have a look at the hours. That'll be a little bit easier to explain. Hold on. Masters Coliseum, they're in 15 hours. 15 hours time is Masters Coliseum, the finals of the main event of Masters Coliseum 8. Now, we are going to be going live in 12 hours. In 12 hours time, we're going to be live on this channel, and we're going to be catching up on today's Masters Coliseum broadcast, and then that'll lead us right into tomorrow's broadcast, or the final day, the final event of Masters Coliseum. So from one into the other.
We will be catching on today's matches right before the finals. So if you also miss them, then you can watch with us and go straight into the final day of Masters Coliseum.
Yes. So we're going to be having a back-to-back broadcast of Masters Coliseum and more Masters Coliseum. And as you can see, the schedule here for the CranKy Ducklings, as we again cast every single day, multiple times a day, multiple times a day. After we wrap up both broadcasts of Masters Coliseum, there is OSC King of the Hill as well. So 3 broadcasts back to back. Today we may have casted for over 12 hours, but tomorrow is going to be similar. Maybe like an 8-hour cast, maybe around 8 hours, maybe 9, maybe 10. A little bit less than today, but a long cast nonetheless. As a lot of StarCraft. A lot of StarCraft is happening this week, as always. There you go.
Yeah, there's always a lot of StarCraft.
There's always a lot of StarCraft. So again, if you want to help support us, you can do so by following us on all the social medias. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord, all things CranKy Ducklings. We do post whenever we go live, and again, we go live on a daily basis, 2 times a day at least, as you can see here, sometimes 3 times a day as well. So plenty of content on the CranKy Ducklings. Likewise, if you cannot watch live, if you see something you like here, and if you want to tune into the VODs, check out YouTube, or check out Twitch as well. VODs are available on a daily basis. Plenty of VODs, plenty of content on YouTube and Twitch. Likewise, if you want to support us in another way, you can do so via Patreon as well. ! Patreon in the chat. Patreon does fund our tournaments. It does go straight towards the prize pool and the prize money for the players. So if you want to help us grow our events, Patreon is the place to be. You can see underneath the schedule our current goal and how much we do currently earn. 338 USD a month is how much we get, and our goal is 400 USD to grow the prize pool and to pay out more players. That is our next stretch goal, at least for the Patreon.
That goal is for the semi-finalists of Sparking Tuna Cup. So if that's something you're interested in, then make sure to check it out. Of course, if you can't quite afford to support us monetarily, then all we ask for is to watch our content, to maybe share the post on socials. We are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, Blue Sky. So there are many options to choose from, and just share our content with other people, with your friends, with other people who may be interested in StarCraft.
Exactly. And with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support. We do appreciate it. We are going to be wrapping up here for the day. And again, we're going to be back in 12 hours. In 12 hours time, this stream is going to be live once again with more StarCraft action with Masters Coliseum. 12 hours. We'll see you then. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for support. Kuro, where can people find more of you? I'm sure many people are maybe tuning in for the first time and hearing your voice, as it's been a while since you've casted. It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't cast all that often. I'm not the main caster of this channel. It's mostly light for nowadays. Meanwhile, I cast the amateur tournaments of CranKy Ducklings, so Masters 1 Open and Duckling Open, which are coming back soon. Masters 1 Open is currently scheduled for February 1st, so the amateur tournaments are also coming back. But other than casting, other than that, you can mostly see me behind the scenes, as I'm mostly working on stuff like the social media, like the Discord, like the overlays, like that all is more of my kind of thing. The calendars, like we have like 5 different calendars. That's all my thing, in case you're wondering. But yeah, I'm mostly the behind the scenes of CranKy Ducklings. Meanwhile, I also have my own channels at 16 Squad Sanseki, both on Twitch and on YouTube. So in case you want to see what I'm up to in my non-StarCraft time mostly, then you can find me there.
There you go. There you go. 16 Squad Senseki. Otherwise, you can tune in to myself. I do stream. I cast here on the CranKy Ducklings. Whenever I'm not casting here, I do stream on my personal channel. But as you've seen our schedule is currently really stacked, so I don't have any time to stream, unfortunately. So I haven't laddered in quite some time. I haven't played other games in quite some time. But once our schedule clears up a little bit, coming into February is looking a little bit more free for us. Then I can start streaming. Yeah, for now. Then I can start streaming. Then I can start laddering, and you can find me over on light_VIP. Again, most likely in February, as we're just really busy casting this month. January is just insane.
I mean, it's mostly stacked because we have 2 big tournaments in January, which are also trying to not clash with each other. And all of the weeklies, like, continuing with that as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the StarCraft schedule is still very much packed.
It is. Yeah, it is. Otherwise, stick around. We're going to be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. We'll find someone to send everyone over to, so stick around as we do check who is live at the moment. I think Sal is still doing his subathon. I think it's still going on.
Yes.
So Sal...
I mean, it should be going on, except I heard that yesterday, he actually had power go out.
Oh, that's... good.
that was so like he was preparing for this subathon for like weeks. He was setting up the studio and then power just goes out. There's a blackout.
I know. It looks like Sal's actually making some food, so you know what? You can head on over and give Sal some love as he is experiencing he's going through his subathon. It's been a very long stream. It's been a very long subathon. Give him some love. Give him some support, and yeah, check out old mate Sal. Check him out.
Yeah, I think he said that he's expecting like 3 months or something. Like he
Well,
said that he has like
for 3
content
months?
prepared. He has content prepared for like 3 months.
Oh,
That's what he said, I think.
Okay. As the subathon apparently is still going on for another 46 hours. There you go. So best of luck. Best of luck to old mate Sal. I think he's been sleeping on stream, right? He's been sleeping?
I don't think they have camera on him sleeping.
Oh, okay.
The timer is paused when he's sleeping.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be a long stream then.
I think it's paused.
Okay. Well, with that, thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for support, and we'll see you guys in 12 hours for Masters Coliseum.
Yeah, see you then.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.